Okay, welcome. Good morning. Just a quick, I'll introduce myself. My name is Anjum Satha. I'm working with UK University more than 10 years now, and I'm also teaching at University of Bradford and Leeds. I do some work, and my background, partly ACCA, and I did MA in International Business Management, MSc in Marketing, MBA, PGC, and worked in industry before. And I'll try my best to meet your expectation. So please, during delivery, if you have any question, feel free. Always ask. Okay, so if you don't mind, Khalid, where you from? What you done? What you
So Anjum, thank you so much for introducing yourself. My name is Ali. Originally I'm from Pakistan, but I've been in Dubai from last 8 years, and I'm working with a hospitality company. I'm like in the restaurants from last 8 years. I did a bachelor in accounts, but unfortunately I didn't move on that side. My passion was always about hospitality and restaurant industry. And I joined I'm like 8 years before, and now currently I'm managing 4 restaurants as a restaurant operations manager, and I'm looking forward to learn more things to develop my skills.
really well done. Nice to hear. So how's weather there, Ali?
Sorry?
How's weather in Dubai?
It's dusty today, man.
Mhm. Luckily, we here today is a sunny. We expecting
I'm like
around
it's dusty,
around
hot.
25, but next week is expecting it would be around 15, 60.
Yeah,
Okay. So of course, in the bay these days, of course, it's very hot weather. And I've been last year, so
true,
I
true.
let's
I
see.
agree. Thing is,
Okay.
have you ever been to Dubai?
Yes, I've been last year.
Hey, see the
I
Dubai weather. I'm like Dubai is a nice country, but it's only when the weather is bad, it's really bad. I'm like it's very hot.
yes, even during night, it was hot as well, like at 9, 10 o'clock. So I reached there around 9 o'clock. We stayed only one night there. Well,
Hmm.
nighttime is not bad really. It's good.
Yeah, nighttime is not bad. Which month did you came?
The last year, August, the same month, 15,
Mhm.
16 of August. And we stayed just
Oh,
opposite airport, it's holiday. And so,
a holiday in this. I know. It's very close to you.
okay, Ali, we'll start. Any question
Uh,
before start?
Nothing. Let's start. I think. Yeah, let's start. Let's proceed.
Okay, let's begin. Okay, welcome. Let's please we'll start our lesson. Before starting, as you couple of you know me, my name is Anjum Sathar and my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. If you have any,
Hmm.
please drop me email and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Uh,
Perfect.
to, Today lesson, of course, we are starting a new unit, which is finance, strategic managers. So finance is our accounting and finance. It's all about dealing with money, systematic recording in the book of accounts. And of course, we need to make sure we manage our resources effectively. One of the
Hmm.
important resources is finance. So every business, we need 3M. We need money, we need material, and we need manpower. So these, and the finance and the money is very, very crucial. Of course, we have a limited resource, unlimited wants, and we want to be spend them accordingly to maximize our return as a managers, and we need to think about, so managers task. The success of anything is the success of managers, and the failure of anything is the failure of managers, according to the Peter Drucker, one of the great scholars. And he said, what is the management? Management is a task, management is a discipline, and management is how you manage according to the environment, according to the situation, to achieve your objective.
True.
So that will be in our discussion. So to achieve the learner, really we need to be demonstrate, achievement, all the learning outcome, really we need to address, the financial information, data, and decision making, how we can. That will be in our discussion. So each lesson will go through one learning outcome. So
Mhm.
our first lesson, we have a first learning outcome. We'll discuss about the importance of financial data. Data is the raw facts and figures. And when we have a data leads to information, and information is the knowledge, and we make the decision based on knowledge. So knowledge based decision is very important, which we look, how we can collect the data. Of course, data analytics and various other tools is becoming very, very popular. And as a managers, we can how effectively we can use the data. So we look the sources of financial data to make the business strategy, or look around the current business strategy, how this will help to achieve the objective. We look, the financial data information in relation to the business strategies, and we'll look the risk. Risk is mean probability or the chance of happening. So the risk can be higher. The risk normally in business world, we say higher the beta, higher the risk factor, we expect higher the return. So risk is increasing. Of course, we can't 100% eliminate the risk, but we can transfer the risk. We can minimize the risk. Well, if we don't put all egg in one basket. So that's which we can look around. And then lesson two will go through LO2. We'll meet, all the passing, merit, and distinction criteria, which we'll go through in second lesson. And the third lesson will look around, evaluate the proposal of the capital expenditure. So we'll look around capital and revenue expenditures. What is the difference between them? And revenue is a small scale, but the capital is a big expenditure, like buying asset. So today lesson are indicative contents. So we'll discuss about internal financial information, internal accounting systems, payrolls, and various other external, which we deal with external stakeholders. We'll discuss about the financial information, like we can look around the profitability, cash flow, financial stability is very important in any organization, which will go through stakeholders. Anyone who has any interest in the business, we call stake. Stake mean interest is a very crucial, and will appraise, the new project. Appraisal method, how we can use these, and the business risk, how we can manage, comply, and operational and new risk modeling. And we'll go through different, approaches of risk management. So these are all the key points we'll discuss during our lesson. So let's full start. Any question?
All of good, all good.
Okay, let's, we'll start then. Here, hope so you can see the slides.
This is it's ACC article or
Sorry, which one? That was the unit specification, and now
yeah,
we'll go we'll go.
yes, Anjan.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
So there wasn't an article. We discuss about, unit specification, what we
Mm-hmm.
study each lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go
Mm-hmm.
through one is the learning outcome one, our
Mm-hmm.
criteria, and then we'll carry on doing each lesson one learning outcome, which will carry out learning for the 3 weeks and 3 lessons. And then in the fourth lesson, we'll do assignment discussion, how we can address these learning outcome within our assignment brief to achieve, and pass our unit. And
No,
then we'll
I'm trying to open the same slide in my laptop also in our portal, the module. There is lesson two. There is there is
I
case
will share
study.
you. I
If you
will
can
share you.
share in this.
Okay, no problem. Maybe they not update, so we'll update.
There is an update. Yeah.
I share with you. So you can download it.
Yeah. You share in WhatsApp or
No, on our chat box. on Zoom.
Zoom, just a minute. Just a minute. So, yes, let's proceed.
Thank you. We'll start. Okay, so today lesson, of course, as I mentioned earlier, we'll go through our LO1, learning outcome 1, which is about understanding the importance of financial data, formulating and delivering business strategies. And we have the key command verb evaluate. So when we'll say evaluate, it makes it we look the qualitative judgment and take in account of different factors. And when we'll say the word access, it mean offer, respond and record the judgments, and we can look around different standard of the different situations, and we look within that to assess something skill informed by the relevant facts and figures. Okay, so we'll start. As we mentioned, indicative contents which we'll go through, and first we have 1.1, what is evaluate the sources of data or information we can get it. In accounts, in business, in finance, we have two important areas. One is called management accounting, and one is called financial accounting. So management accounting is mostly as a manager we use for internal management perspective, and financial accounting, we prepare four types of financial statements. Hope we know those statements. One is called statement of, so we can say these are the four statements. Statement of comprehensive income, or we can call income statement. Because you've done a degree in accounts, so either in BCom, or we call profit or loss. So that's the first statement. Second statement, statement of financial position, or we call balance sheet. And if we want to get the information about asset, liabilities, capital of our business, we can find the third statement, statement of cash flow. Can look around inflow and outflow, how much money in, and the last statement, statement of change in equity. Equity means shares, or we call shareholder statement. So these are the four statements we prepare under the financial account, which is compulsory every year. And we have a lot of external users like stakeholders, shareholders. Okay, so what is the purpose of information? A management account help the planning, controlling, and decision making we need. And the financial performance of the company can be measured by looking the financial account. By law, we don't need to prepare the management account. It's our own internal matters, and but the financial accounts is very important. It's a legal requirement. Every 12 months we need to prepare these reports. Management decide and the information key required and the most useful, the way present we need to be, and we can look around the financial information need to be true and fair, and we have to follow according to the guidance and the standard. And the financial and non-financial information natures can be under the management. and mostly financial and historical, but and the forward looking, because the future we make the decision based on the management, and normally financial accounts is the historical figures. So please, you can carry on asking any question. Okay, so the word strategy is derived from the Greek word strategist, which normally we use in military. It's a long-term goal. Really, we are the course of action which organization want to achieve. So different authors said the strategy is the mediating force between the organization and environment, which we can ultimately, whatever strategies will make the plan, action plan, really we need to be achieve the our objectives. Like, you need, mm, you want new vans, lorries, but you can buy your own, you can look around the finance, but ultimately to be deliver or achieve the objective. And we need to be think about any strategy will make, the fit the resources. Really we assess we have a limited on resources limitation, and we need to be make sure achieve the key objective. Strategy is about different than our suppliers, our competitors, our other stakeholders. We make the different strategy. Strategy mean action plan. Deliberately choosing different. Maybe deliberately we choosing the damn different, location different, or we are offering different services in a hotel environment, hospitality environment. Okay, then we can. Okay, then when we say data, data is raw facts and figures. Data leads to information. Information is knowledge, and then we'll take action based on the information. Okay, financial data is derived from many sources, which we can process in many ways, and we need to be make sure the data is reliable, data is up to date, data is relevant. That will help you to be make the decision, and data also help you to financially control. We need to be make sure the data is relevant, up to date. So because the data can be so financial statement provide the financial information, and that's help the manager and the stakeholder to make the decision, and that will help to achieve the objective. And validity of the data, valid meaning that if we are using 5 years old financial statement, that the data is irrelevant, data is outdated, but that's not give you really. Maybe before the COVID-19 financial statement look good, then COVID-19 happened, maybe the financial information is not relevant. So you have to look around the current environment and the current information as well, not just the previous information, historical. So as I mentioned, data leads to information, and information is the knowledge and internal data where we can get it, and external source of the data. Internally, we can look around the accounting system, like in the software or invoices or internal data management data. We can data can be come directly from your supplier, directly from your customer data. We can look around the a personal spreadsheet where you're keeping the record of, like, the booking, hotel capacity, the room. Of course, data need to be first place. You have to be record the data correctly. Then, of course, garbage in, garbage out. Really, we need to be make sure the data is appropriate. Of course, we have in the UK it's called company house, where all the company registered, and we can find the company's information in from the company house. And the public sector organization use, and keeping up to date, to the public, the database of the financial information library, research that document where we can find the data. Good information data. It need to be accurate, reliable. It need to be less costly, up to date. Easy to use, easy to understand. All these information we should understand and we should have. Okay, so in accounts, so when we recording any transaction, is give the data and information. You bought a furniture is asset, debit the asset, credit the cash. So we can look around double entry. That's the systematic. We have a primary document, and we can look around book of prime entry and ledgers. That's help to achieve our key objective, which we look in the further slide. Internal control. Data is very important for internal control. Is provide checking the procedures of the transaction. Of course, double entry bookkeeping. Easily we can track, what's happened and where the money gone, where we bought it, how we bought it, and it's easy for audit purposes as well. Transaction, cash sale, credit sale, primary document, receipt, sale invoices, and the book of Parliamentary, cash receipt book, sale day book, all where we can find the information, how much money in, how much things sold, yes, to whom sold, and it can be contextualized and linked. Okay, so in summarize, the data and the financial statement help you to make the financial decision, and the based of financials in accounts, really we can recording the transaction, we can summarize the financial information, we prepare income statement, financial position that give us information, and that help to be look around the business is performing well or not. Okay, it's a statutory requirement. It's by law we have to maintain the data and prepare the financial statement. For the management perspective, it help to control and manage and budget the thing, and control the expense and the revenue. Revenue means the sales, and the expenses we need to be like the salaries, overheads, direct, indirect expenses. Sorry, any question, Khalid? Ali?
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, now it's fine.
Okay, so these we included here the links of few company. We have here one of the supermarket which is called Morrison. I included the link. When you click the link, you can look around the financial statement of the company, like which earlier we said. These statements provide you financial information about the company. Exactly the same way, whichever hotel we work, every company, every organization prepare the normally financial statement, so we can look around what's happened, the profit and loss of previous years and year before. We can look around the asset position, liability position, we can look around the cash, and we can look around the shareholder, the dividend being paid and how much being paid. So all the information we can find. So next, we based on this we can look around 1.2, assess the needs of the financial information in relation to the business strategy. We can look around the Morrison strategy. We have 6 priorities for the business, and we rebuild the company by defining the footprint, the brand, and we will be more competitive. Of course, we need to be think about whatever the strategy. If we want more competitive, we need to be make sure we reduce the cost. We in term of we bring the efficiency in processes. We can make sure we meet the different the stakeholder needs and wants, and ultimately our brand need to be good in term of the price and the reputation. Okay, we can look around our customer better according to the Morrison. We listen our customer and make the changes across the business accordingly. Of course, nowadays customer like to buy online. If we not change our home delivery, we not start it. So that's it's not. So we have to improve. And the Morrison started late, but they have started that, and that's why they are saying their strategy is looking. So find the local solution. Of course, they're looking local solutions are within, like we have different areas, like some the ethnic population, they have the section halal meat. Now they not used to be like in a hotel. We can look around the prayer rooms, we can look around different stakeholders, like bars in the restaurant, to meeting others, Muslim and non-Muslims as well, and the vegetarian different menus. We can look around the traffic flows and all. So we can look around the local solutions according to the local customer in different perspective, and develop popular and useful services. Of course, according to the Morrison, they have to develop, and they develop it. They have cafe, they have the fresh and the meat section, the bakery section, they have others, garment section. So we have to look around the meeting the needs of the local and the services popular they're offering, and the strategy being developer. Of course, speed up. Of course, we need to be look around the quick responses, and we create, so make core supermarket strong again. So the Morrison restructuring, uh, and they merge and they open a lot of small stores. So their strategy ultimately reaching to the more customer, and they have a strong gain. Okay. So when we're looking internal and external, so earlier we said internal data, it can be your budget, it can be internal report, external, which is outside, and normally the financial statement, the company house, and we can get the information from these. Okay, so sources of the financial data, internal audit, financial system, internal checks and control, authority level, complexity of accounting system, all these we can find it, different reliable factors within the company, and that give us financial information. Okay, so we can find external information for external use as well. So different sources of the data which we can use, accounting standards, we can look around audit standard. We have the accounting which we mentioned, the statement where we can get the information about profit before tax, depreciation, and we can look around the financial statement according to, and we normally follow International Federation of Accountants standards, those being set, the mean the layout of the financial statement, how will be layout, and meeting the needs and the want. Okay, the four main area of ratios, really we looking the ratios mean the relationship between, so we can look around these which we'll go through in the following lesson. So profitability ratios, we can look around what happened last year, this year, how much profit. Liquidity mean anything near to cash, or we can convert into the cash, like we have a short-term asset with the short-term liability. Liability is a legal obligation by law we have to pay, and asset is anything you own it. So that's the short-term basis. Use of resources, how effectively we convert inventory into the finished good, how quickly, or in term of the hotel industry, we can look around hotel capacity, the rooms, how well we utilize, and we working on the full capacity to increase our turnover, and how we manage in the peak and off peak, and the pricing strategies, all, the financial position ratios, we can look around how much gearing we have, how much borrow money, and how much we have our own money. That is also which we look, these ratios in following lesson, and we these all the financial information we can use to make the financial decision. Okay, so financial management system provide the financial information. All the financial managers within the organization, they require the financial information to make the financial decision. Financial management system, which is financial decisions can be made, and we can get the information from these financial statements. Okay, morning, Asad. Thanks for joining.
Good morning. Yeah. Thanks.
Good morning. Okay, so when we looking the financial information, and we within that, of course, one area our discussion is the risk management. What is the risk? Risk is mean probability, the chance of happening. So what is the chances of the rain, or what is the chances of we have this summer is more visitor will visit in the bay. So we can be a risk, we can maybe a risk of our booking, maybe the risk of shortage of food, maybe the shortage of inventory. So we have to make the plan, and we have to look around, identify the risk. It can be operational risk, reputational risk. If we carry on dealing with the customer, meeting their expectation, ultimately goodwill will go up, and ultimately we earn more money in future. So qualitative risk analysis, which is mean without numbers, like good, bads, and quantitative, where we look at the numbers like mean, median, mode. So we can look around what is the mean of average and profit in the industry people are earning in the hotel industry. Plan the risk response. So risk can be, so we have to look around high priority customer, we can look around, and we can respond if we not meet, so we some corporate customer, it give us a lot of income, so we have to make them accordingly plan. If otherwise, it can be huge risk if we lost their contract. So monitor and control the risk. We have to make sure clear control. Control means the corrective action. If we don't have a control in place in our organization, if everyone is stealing things, and ultimately as an organization, we lose our asset. So keep all the payment and the receivable transactions in finance. Prepaid, these are good, the financial management system. Depreciate the asset accordingly, keep the track of the liability which we need to settle, maintain income and expenditure statement, keep the record up to date, maintain the complete and accurate account, and minimize the paperwork, because nowadays we have a lot of IT system which we use, and that's help, like Opera system you use, or SMS system you use, in hotel different software you use. Okay, so major category of the financial management, you have to think about the cash management. Cash is the lifeblood for any business. Investment management, which area you invest, you do the investment appraisal. Capital budgeting, we want to be how much which asset will buy, how much money will be, where the finance will be come from. Financial planning is very important. Plan where we are, where we want to, what we want to achieve. Okay, so then we can look around the cash management, investment management, capital budgeting. So cash management is collect the information about the cash receipt and the payment. Those are quite crucial. We make the weekly and monthly and yearly report. And investment, where we have an investment, we can look around the risk, and the payback period. Normally we use the investment appraisal, like in appraisal in our organization, mean checking. So every pound we spend, we want to think about how many pounds we are generating, or how much money we are generating in different currencies. We can look around these. So the resources we investing in IT should help us to reduce the waiting time, improve the customer, or if the tracking room surveys are the room or the services, or we launch the apps, so we invested money, but we need to be look around the impact on the business. Capital budgeting, which is the process involved evaluating the profit and the financial impact and the proposal of expenditures. And if we heavily these expenditures, ultimately we need to look around what profit we have, otherwise it can be huge loss for the company. So you have to think about, you want plant, you want machinery, but you invested, how long will recover you the money you invested. Financial forecasting and planning, we can look around the financial, like, even with the financial, we can look around the non-financial as well, like the conflict between countries happening. So what impact will be on the business point of view? We can look around the interest rate. We have a base rate was 5.25. Yesterday, the Bank of England reduced the interest rate 5.5 to 5%. So is a quarter cent being reduced. So it can be impact, it will help you to reduce the cost, and it can boost the economics activity. So we can look around in terms of performance. Okay, goal of the financial management. What should be the goal of corporation? Of course, every organization goal is to maximize the profit, minimize the cost, increase the market share, maximize the current value of the shareholders, and ultimately we need to be maximize the market value of existing shareholders. Their value of the shares should go up. Okay, unfortunate in the world, we have a lot of the financial scandal. One of the 3 hours movie is available, how they cook the book, Enron and World Telecom. And that's back in 2000, the company share price was Enron, $350 a share. It been dropped down to 15 cent a share within 6 months. So the lot of people, because they future sale being forecasting today, and that's you can look around. These are the scandals, and how, because there is a clearly the financial failure, and ultimately a lot of people lost their jobs and likelihood. So that's a huge, the fraud and corruption happening. So it's good to be watched. On the YouTube, there are the good 2-3 hours movie on even how they cook the book. Okay, World Telecom scandal also one off, which is the inflated asset value is less, but actually they've shown more, and these are all the creative accounting, and the scandal of Liam Brothers and various others, the global financial services. Yes, 15 billion loans, yes, have been made, and ultimately, so these are all biggest scandal. So we have to look around the process of accountant. Of course, as the accountant or the finance, we need to be prepared. The true and fair financial statement, tight financial control will help you to, and always monitor the risk. The risk is mean probability. So the shareholder wealth maximization, and now we have to look around the earning per share. We have to think about the stakeholders wealth maximization as well, not only the shareholders. So stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest in the business, like employees want good salary, they have a good growth prospect. So these are all, so we have to maximize there, and we have to not only the shareholder, the investors. So hide the particular bad years of the company. We can look around exceptional good years continues. So these in especially in the creative accounting, will carry on doing. So creative accounting reduce the scope of the choices of the accounting method, minimize the use, the judgment, or reduce the scope, for the estimate, and we want to be make sure substance over, and we need to be revaluation. So these creative accounting is not illegal, but a creative accountant can have finding the loopholes and try to be look around these and adjusting in the book of account. So we need to be make sure smoothing term, we have clear, the forecast for the future, and we can look around not excessive provision, extraordinary item on the balance sheet, not off the balance sheet, finance, we borrowing money but not showing in the financial statement, capitalize assets, trading profit, and all, the brand accounting, all we need to be make sure true and fair, and creative accounting should be used if it's within the which is really within the law, within the standard, and that's which we can. But really, we need to be make sure not creative accounting, which is not true and fair information to the stakeholders. Okay, then we included some link here if you want to look around the financial statement. What is the financial reporting? So these are the links. The extra resource is quite good chapter of the book. So today lesson we discuss about how many types of financial statement we prepare. What is the difference between management accounting and financial accounting? Management is internal and financial accounting is external. We prepare 4 types of financial statement. We have a financial information and data information and knowledge, and the basis of this, as a we make the strategy and to achieve the objective as an organization. And we discuss about the financial ratios, profitability, use of resources, liquidity, which will go through numerical side in the next lesson. And we had a discussion on this, if we can use it to get the financial information and make the financial decisions for the future. So that's all from my end. Any question, please? Yes, Asad Ali, any question, both?
No, the portion that I saw and what I'm seeing right now, pretty comfortable with it. Because this is one of the mainly because of the fact that I'm from the same industry, so I know little bit, not underscoring the what you said, but I have little information about this. And yes, it's very important. And I faced one of these situations with one of my funds. Like you gave that examples at the end, we had something, it's called Abraj Group in Dubai.
Mhm.
And it was one of my clients, and they did manipulate their books. And, we are still suffering because of this. Uh, and what I've seen when you're manipulating your books with creative accounting, uh, most of the times, the people who have been now caught is also the auditors are involved also.
Of course,
It's
in
not,
other words, we can look around the fraud and the corruptions
yeah.
and be hided in the book of accounts.
So it's not only the management, it's they do it with the help of auditors, which is very, very unfortunate.
Yes, because like Anderson been accused in case of Enron, and of course, yeah, we have KPMG and various other big chartered firms like in the Bay as well. KPMG is very popular doing
Yeah.
all. So we have to think about, auditors play the key role, highlight, the internal control are not appropriate, But other is a problem because the fees is coming from the company for the auditors. And
Yeah,
some
so
is think, that's other is a big problem. They supposed to be independent, but independent how much? Yes, they are rely up to some extent. And of course, sometime unfortunate is accepting gift. Gift can be compromise their independency because they can't give the independent views, oh, free holidays, oh, free hotels, free room, free bars, this and that. Ultimately, these can be, and of course, in the top levels and big bosses, they carry on hiding things, and can be fraud, and ultimately, it's impact, everyone.
and also we have seen in recent times because of digital assets, uh, like mobile phone companies and these. So they used to give loyalty points to the customers, So they manipulated that here in Saudi Arabia also, one of the big companies. It was within the law, but it was not the best practice, So they made use of this loophole, and when the regulator came in and they corrected it, the share price got a big hit, and the shareholders lost value,
Yes, you're absolutely right, and especially manipulating in not really looking the real value. Maybe example of we have Windows 98 CDs, but what is the Windows 98 value today date? When we bought it, maybe 300 pound or 400 pound a CD software, but nowadays maybe it's just a costing as a storage. So you have to look around, and of course, digital assets and reviews and feedback and third parties and using these, ultimately manipulating things using the creative things in a way and increasing the value. So of course, financial statement need to be true and fair, but in real world, is happening, not
yeah.
reflecting true and fair information. You're absolutely right, and that's tight control can be. Of course, we have ethical and moral value, but unfortunate, in a corporate world and the financial world, these are things carry on happening. Okay, so that's all from my end, and please, if you have any other question, you can ask. So next lesson, we'll go through our LO2 learning outcome 2. And these are some good links, if you want to. Of course, we carry on using the resource bank, which is called Kaplan. Kaplan is the publisher, and we can find any topic really. If I want to look around the financial statement, I can find through search. I'll give you a quick, view how we can any information, whichever you like to find, you can through. Okay, so here I can, like you want to look around financial statements, and next to that, if you want to look around our financial data, just type the word Kaplan, so you can find, about the what financial statement contain and any information. So any keywords really you want to search, you can find the chapter of the book. It's called Knowledge Bank of Kaplan. So that's quite good to use for accounting and finance. And when we'll do the assignment discussion, I'll go through the few books and a lot of journal article and the books available on our Moodle page as well. If you don't have access, please let us know, and we'll try to sort out. Okay, so that's all from my end. Thanks for attending today's lesson, and I'll go through in next lesson. So please, before next lesson, if you like to look around, the key indicative contents of LO2 and the terminologies, and if you have any questions, so you can feel free, please ask. Okay, have a nice weekend.
Thank
Any
you. So the
questions?
next class will be tomorrow.
Next lesson, no, it's not tomorrow. Your next lesson.
I think it's next Saturday.
Next Saturday, huh?
I think so because always every Saturday we do.
Okay, okay.
Yes, your next lesson should be next Saturday.
Great, great, great.
So it means we'll go through good. Yes. So your next lesson will be next Saturday. Yes, not showing tomorrow. But no, you have tomorrow lesson. Yes. Tomorrow your lesson is 1 o'clock. Huh?
Tomorrow 1 o'clock, right?
UK time 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'll speak you tomorrow then. Huh? We'll go through LO2 tomorrow.
Yeah, if they can send us the link on the WhatsApp, we'll appreciate it also.
Sure,
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Ali, you got it?
I got some points, but the thing
No,
is,
no, I
I mean,
mean,
like,
they will have a class
we,
tomorrow.
yeah, we go like more into details. I really want to go more into details. I'm like a bit slow, Mr. Anjum, and might be more into details. I'm like, I really want to understand financial specs. I really want to understand how it works. I really want to understand how we can control, as Mr. Asad just mentioned now, that there was a scam over there and they are still facing the issues over there. Because see, I'm in a restaurant industry from last 8 years, and I'm a very key person in my business. I mean, like in our owner business. So I'm the main person. So I really want to, to know these things, how I can, prevent before those things are going to happen. Because each and every organization going to have these sort of issues somehow. So I really want to prevent our business from these things by learning this statics.
Yes, so of course, sometimes it's good to be even learn about the creative accounting, what techniques can be. Like I give you, we have a IAS2, which is called International Accounting Standard 2. Inventory should be recorded at cost or net realizable value. Let's say you bought an inventory stock which you use for hotel industry. You bought it 20 pound or
Mhm.
10 pound, whatever. Let's say you bought a veg or you bought any other inventory stock, yes, which you use. But actually what's happened with the passage of time, it's reduced its value. Yes.
Appreciate.
So depreciate. So what we need to be, inventory need to be revalue at cost or net realizable value, whichever is lower. Maybe you bought it 10 pound, but actually no, value is 2 pounds. So you have to record on 2 pound instead of 10 pound. So rest your 8 pound is a loss for your business. We call impairment. Yes, asset need to be depreciate accordingly. Yes. So that's, we can look around. So inventory losses and inventory adjustment. But the creative accountant not doing it. They keeping at cost when they bought it. So it can be true value. We're not showing it. Okay. Then if like a building that the plant's value appreciate, but we're not showing the appreciation in the book of account because we have to pay the capital gain tax. Yes, because we are gaining. So that's, that's other problem. Then we can goodwill. Goodwill is an intangible asset. We can't see it reputation. As the company reputation go up, it's mean the value of the asset is go up. So value of the asset, we can measure it. We can say asset minus liability equal to net asset. If your net asset always equal to capital, if somebody is willing to pay you more than that net asset value, that's create a goodwill. We can say we want to sell a hotel and the hotel value is, let's say, 2 million, and somebody is happy to pay 2.5 million. Why they paying you 0.5 million extra? Due to the goodwill which you have created with the customer base, your brand image, and you have created that. That's your asset. Are your, as an individual, your goodwill, your reputation, your knowledge and skill is your asset. And ultimately your skill is a goodwill which you created, and that bring you higher salary than other competitors. So like you learning about AI, are you learning about blockchain, are you learning about you're attending like network events online of ACCA, we have AAT, we have a SEMA, Chartered Management Institute, and various other institutes. If you go on, it's called Future Learn. We have an organization in the UK. They are offering, number of free courses, and good to be sometime you have, if you have a time. So you can say Future Learn. I'll show you. And on the various topics. Depends whichever. So you can go on the Future Learn and you can find the free course there. Or you can go Open Learn. Like, we have an Open University, and Open Learn are the free courses as well. So you click here and you can find the free courses, short free courses. It's quite good, to enhance your understanding about these, different issues. Of course, we carry on looking the information. It's called the website Statista, or the statistic, what's happening and the data throughout the world. So we can look around hotel industry growth, hotel industry, or social media growth, what impact on the TikTok, on the hotel, yes, or various other, how effectively we can use as a managers. And in the financial world and of course non-financial world, is quite interconnected, any information, it can huge impact, So that's, we have one of the company, Carillion in construction company in Middle East, and as well the UK based company. There was the 75 million pension fund shortfall. So that's, the creatively, because the pension fund should be separately kept and should be invested and should be revalue accordingly, but actually not happen that, and auditor never pick it, because the auditor job is to pick all the material information, true and fair, and give. If they're saying is the asset, you have to check the sample of the asset representing the true value in the book of account. But actually this is carry on with the sake of unethical, a lot of practices these are happening. Ultimately those organizations in the long run, that they are increasing their goodwill is going down, and ultimately goodwill is their reputation. Like when United Airline, they have a policy overbooking, and they, let's say they book 105% book seat instead of 100 seat. They have always previous trend 5 to 6%, 7% people cancel their flight during COVID, or most of the people not cancel the flights because one of the doctor, they push, and pull out from the airline, from the flight, and ultimately he can't travel, and that things went on the social media. Ultimately 3% the United Airline shares went down due to this just one news, once incident. So it can be huge, so we have to make sure when we make the strategy, we need to be look around in all the perspective, keep in mind what would be other arrangement need to be in place to be ultimately maximize the value of the things instead of minimize. It can be huge impact, Are you giving the charity as a hotel, are giving food to the needy people, are because this is your social CSR, corporate social responsibility. Ultimately you're doing ethical marketing, and that will increase, the impact in the financial perspective as well. So these are all the data very important, and we can carry on looking, and we'll carry on making strategies towards achieving the
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so we'll carry on adding, good few examples. Okay. Okay, I will speak to you all tomorrow during our lesson. And please, if you have any question, drop me anjum@ukversity.co.uk. And have a lovely weekend. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, Anjum. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I'm sorry I was late. I was
that's fine.
sorry.
That's
No, I
fine.
was having another class. So actually, on Saturday, I have another class.
No worries.
That's
The
no problem.
recording will be available, and you can go through. But if any point, we can discuss separately. Yeah? No problem.
Sure. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.